3 years from now. Because tomorrow, your physique isn't going to change that much from today. But 1,000 days from now, your physique could be dramatically different if you are doing something about it. So the first step is deciding, what physique do you want? And everybody knows instantly off the top of their head, what physique do they want? Do they want to have a little broader shoulders? In which case the deltoids have to get a little bigger. You know, do they want to have more weight at the bottom half of the body, the thighs a little more impressive? In which case that's where the workload has to go. Are they looking to get that V shape? In which case the lats have to be developed and the waist minimized. Everybody knows exactly where they want to get bigger and where they want to get smaller. You know. Now, are we doing something about it? What do? Well, we do two things. We choose the activities that help develop that physique. And then we do those activities. And that's the rub, if you will. A lot of people don't know what activities to choose, or they don't want to do them. So we'll look at both of those things. What activities to choose? They don't know what activities to choose. In their head, they think, I don't know what activity, how do I? Okay, so first of all, if you want to get bigger, you do what bodybuilders do. You work out like bodybuilders do. They take a weight that isn't all that heavy compared to the heaviest thing that they can lift. And then they do 15, 20, 25 repetitions, 30 repetitions even with that weight, and maybe 3, 4, 5 sets with that weight of that particular exercise, and then they move on to the next and the next and the next. And you can do isolated movements like just biceps curls if you're focusing on just biceps, or you can do more compound movement like squat or deadlift that involve multiple joints all at one time, multiple muscle groups all at one time. But the training pattern remains the same. If you can't make 15 reps, you might start thinking the weight's a little too heavy for you for bodybuilding, for increasing the size of the muscles. But if you can make 30 repetitions, the weight's probably too light. You chose a weight that was a little too light, and you need to go a bit heavier so that you can fall within that range. And it works for any muscle group, that pattern. If you just do it 2 or 3 times a week and you just repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, you will grow the size. And the neat thing is that the muscles respond quickly. So you say, okay, and how do I get smaller here or here or here or here? I don't know where you want to get smaller, but wherever it is, you have to be armed with 2 pieces of information. 1, there's no such thing as spot reduction. I don't care what anybody tells you on any TV commercial. There's no such thing as spot reduction. You can't choose a spot to lose fat and expect that to happen. There's all kinds of wraps and bands and things you can do to help you lose water from an area so that for an hour or 2 you look thinner there. And that's possible, but to actually lose fat from a certain place, this is completely genetic. Where you carry your fat and where you lose your fat is completely genetic. How much fat you carry, however, is up to you. If you want to lose size somewhere, chances are you need to lose some fat, which means you're going to have to reduce your total calorie intake to be less than your outgo on a steady basis, and just being persistent with that. Again, thinking 3 years, not 3 days. We're not talking about doing something drastic or dramatic. We're talking about a small deficit over a long time so that you consistently lose. And when you're done losing, you just increase that small deficit up to where it's no longer a deficit. Maybe it's 100 calories a day. 100 calories a day is a pound a month, and then weight falls off. You know, we're talking 36 months. There's not that many people watching who really want to drop like 36 pounds. That's a smaller group of people. So, but if you've got 10 pounds, 5 pounds, and you say, I really want to fine tune this, or 36 pounds, 3 years are going to go by either way. So just be consistent and persistent, and that calorie loss or that calorie deficit invariably leads to weight loss where you carry your weight. where you're genetically going to carry your fat. So it leads us to a slightly different issue, which is trying to keep up with the times. Okay, and keeping up with the times, the ideal physique for men has changed 10 times in the last 100 years, which means about every 10 years, something new has come into vogue. It used to be a little more barrel-like, and then it got more wasp-shaped with the V, and now we're coming back towards the barrel again. We want to see the stronger look, not just the narrow-waisted, ultra-light, lean look, but a little more muscle is coming into vogue again. So different looks come into vogue. Men tend to be more performance-oriented than totally, I want the look oriented, but women have a tougher problem because for women in the last 100 years, the ideal physique has changed 20 times, which means that if it takes you 5 years to reach the ideal physique that you were shooting for 5 years ago, by the time you get there, there's a new ideal and you have to start all over again. And we've gone from Twiggy to Madonna and back and forth, you know, from Raphael-esque to all sorts of other looks, and now once again the muscly look is coming back. And so you decide what you want, but you can sculpt your physique in a very short time, months to years, if you put in the little bit of effort. If you're not willing to put in the effort, that's the other side of the question, then the question is, what do I want most? If you really want the physique, then you do what it takes to get the physique. If you want, no, I really want to watch these TV shows and eat whatever, then you don't really want the physique that badly. It's not a goal, it's just a wish, it's just a dream. But if it's a goal, you'll go after your goals. You create an action plan, you put timeline on it, you put deadlines on it, you put spaces along the way to evaluate, are you reaching towards your goal? Do I need to reassess? And you work towards that. If it's really a goal, if you really want the physique of your dreams, whatever that is, you can achieve it in a relatively short time. Decide what you want to look like 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Those days are coming. Do you want to look like a fit, active, healthy person when you hit 70? I certainly do, and I'm working towards that goal. I hope you work towards your goals as well, that you have fun playing towards your goals as well, and just have a good time. Set your desires, put them down on paper, really get specific about what you want, and then make your action plan and work your plan. This is Dr. Doug Graham reminding you to go to health.